Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Roosevelt Show. We got a good show here for y'all tonight, man. This episode is called Real Talk. We're gonna be having Big LA joining here, pretty soon. But if you watching or if you may watch this, man, go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Let us know that you up in here. Uh, But before we dive into this episode, man, y'all know I gotta run that intro like we normally do. So we'll see you in about a minute or so. Check this. Yeah, man. Welcome back to the Roosevelt Show, ladies and gentlemen. Let me go ahead and drop a bomb for us, man. We back up in here as we normally are. Y'all know what it is, man. Let me go ahead and drop that bomb. Yes. Yes. Yeah. Uh, Now that we got that out the way, uh, we got my man's up in here, man. 100p. We got Taurus up in here. Like I said, Big LA will be joining us here momentarily. Uh, what's good with y'all this week, man? How y'all fellas doing this week, man?
Good. I'm good. Out here making it. How about you? Yeah.
Say out here making it, out here living it, huh?
Look, I'm trying.
Hey, I totally feel that. You say you trying, man. Ain't nothing wrong with trying. 100p, man. How you doing this evening, my brother?
I'm all good, man. Like Tony Montana said in Scarface, every day above ground is a good day.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. As we know, man, there's been a lot of breaking news this week. Actually, it was some breaking news momentarily. I gotta go ahead and drop that here. Give us 1 second. We do got some breaking news. Live from a real nigga network. Maybe about an hour ago, Cassie has allegedly accused P. Diddy of rape and sexual abuse. And she's suing him currently right now over this. What y'all feel about that, man? Do y'all feel like people now going at Diddy because of the Tupac situation and all of that, or do y'all feel like this is something that may have actually went down?
How long were they together? They were together for quite some time. So for her to come out with these allegations now, it's kind of concerning. I'm not gonna say it couldn't happen, but I think they were together 10 years, 5 years. I know it was for a long time.
Something like that.
So when did the rape occur? When did this abuse occur? And why did you stay so long? I mean, I hate to say she might be looking for a check, but it is what it is.
No, that's I definitely agree with you, bro. That's a bold statement to make. And now that you really kind of broke it down, like you said, they've been together for 10 years. When did this happen?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? When did this happen? And why when it happened, why wasn't nothing discussed? You know what I'm saying? Like, why you didn't bring that out? I ain't gonna say it's kind of parallel with the same situation as, Bill Cosby, things that happened in the 70s that people brought up allegations now years later. Like, why not say it at the time that this was happening? I guess that's my point or my issue.
Yeah, I agree with you totally. This is a social media age. Everything's already out here on the internet. It's not like the 70s where if you were not in the room and you didn't personally observe what was going on, you were probably only two individuals who truly knew what happened. But
Right.
today you can blast everything on social media.
Right.
So it's not really a reason to keep it a secret if it's something that really transpired. So I don't know. It's really hard to tell what's going on these days. People are
That's real,
motivated
man.
for fame and money.
That's I totally agree with you, OG. You know what I mean? Is that, do you feel like that's the society that we living in? Like it's all about the money?
Yeah, unfortunately. It's all about the bag. Everybody wants to get on Instagram and show off how they're living large and they have plenty of money and they never struggle. And, it's really an unrealistic expectation. That's not most people's life. And I really doubt that it is most people who portray their life on Instagram that they're really living that way.
Right. No, that's real, man. That's real. Um, what do you say to people that may say, well, this possibly did happen? Like, and I know you can't judge a book by its cover, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna say that. I'm just saying, like, you think Diddy, out of all the women that he, you know what I mean? Like, you think that's his character?
I mean, I don't know the man personally, so I can't really say his
Right.
character. But I
Right.
mean, anything's possible.
Right.
But first time I've heard of these allegations, typically you hear rumors before you hear of anything substantial. But I've never heard of Diddy being abusive to women or anything like that. So this is the first time I've, heard. This is brand new to me. So how truthful it is, I don't know.
Right. Right. Yeah, man. I think like you said, a little bit earlier, man, the internet has changed things, so it makes it more accessible for people to, you know, make allegations towards you, or even push a narrative or put a jacket on you that may not necessarily be true, but the masses will follow it. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, most definitely. You can get
Yeah.
prosecuted in the court of public opinion.
There you
Before
go.
any type of proof comes out, the public has already chosen a side. They've made up in their mind what you've already done, whether you've done it or not. So you're really guilty before you even have a chance to prove innocence.
Right. Right. Now that's crazy, man. But it's a shame. Um, I wanted to pull this up too, while we at it. Um, we'll ask, 100P when he get in here. Recently, um, in an interview, actress, uh, Taraji P. Henson says she's done with American men. She says that we've all been ran through. Her words, quote unquote.
Okay.
I see you laughing, OG. Yeah. What you think about this?
I mean, be truthfully, I think we are ran through society. Everybody's been run through, especially in today's age. But
Right.
for her to, I mean, I don't know her personally, so I can't say whether she's been ran through or not. I have no idea. But She may be on to something. Men have been ran through it. I know women have been ran through too. So, welcome to America.
Wait a minute, I got a button for that, man.
What the fuck was that?
Welcome to America. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hey, I don't know. I just feel strong. 100p is not allowing me to. It says if you listen to 100p, it says that you need to connect your mic and cam before you can be added on the stream, bro. So you may have to bounce out and then bounce back in or something. I don't know. Yeah. But there you go. There you go. Oh, damn. Hold on.
Drop. There you go.
I don't know. It seemed like his nervous is service. He may be broadcasting from the alley again, man. You know what I'm saying? Hold on.
Yeah, no telling about it.
My boy broadcasting from the alley again. But yeah, man, 100p, we was talking about
Nah, man, I had to switch up my Wi-Fi, man.
I feel it. We're talking about Miss Henson. Talking about she done with American men because we all been ran through. I find that offensive. And I'm gonna tell y'all why I find that offensive. Strictly based off of the fact that, like, yeah, they may say men are dogs. They may say men are cheaters. They may say men are this and men are that. But last time I checked, you know what I'm saying, it was women out there on the blade. It was women with OnlyFans. Now, I'm not saying all women. I'm just saying, like, wouldn't that be considered ran through? I mean, what we talking here? Real talk. P, what you think about this, bro?
I mean, first I would want to say, like, when she used that term that way, what does she mean? You know, like the men that she feel all the men is ran through. Like, I would ask her, you know, what kind of men you've been messing with if they've been ran through. You know,
Good question.
That's wild.
Good question. Like Cat Williams said, I remember he had a comedy special not too long ago. I was watching it the other day. He said, you know, females always complain about, you know, niggas ain't shit, and this, that, and the other. You know, and in this case, maybe it's the type of nigga that you fucking with that just ain't shit. Maybe it's the type of nigga that you fucking with may have been ran through, like my boy P say. That's how, you know what I mean? That's how I look at it.
That's in general.
Just in general.
That's in general, man. You hear a lot of women. You hear a lot of women complaining, and you hear a lot of men complain about certain type of women. But you know, on the subject, you hear a lot of women complain about I'm tired of this, or every nigga this and that. I mean, you like what you like, so evidently they get with somebody that was similar to the last person they had. So maybe they need to change up who they dating. You know, you can't put all men in the same subject or the same category as the 5 to 7 guys you dated in the past as a woman, you know, because you can't, that doesn't account for the other million of men out there.
Right. So do you think she like kind of jumped the ship on this statement? Like, and hey, listen, she say American men.
I mean, like I said, I don't
like it ain't no motherfuckers in Europe or some shit that ain't fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, what are we talking here?
Well, I don't know, man. She got to be more. She needs to be more specific. You know what I'm saying? Because she's saying American men. So since she said American men, that means every. Yeah, you know, be specific.
Yeah.
Define ran through. I mean, is she speaking about promiscuous men? I mean, this is a promiscuous society, to be honest with you. The women are cheating just as bad as the men. especially at this day with this new rap. I think it's totally lowered the standard for the girls. They're out here just being hoes. So they're pretty much just as promiscuous as any man, and men are pretty promiscuous.
Yeah.
So if we're saying ran through, she's been in this world. She knows what's up. So I guess he just got tired of being played.
Yeah, I mean,
she wasn't born yesterday, so I know she didn't have that fair share of.
I mean, but like for her to put that jacket on there, that's like, I'm done with American men. Like that's a bold statement. That's a really bold statement. Like, nigga, she's saying all men, black, white, Mexican, nigga, everybody. You hear you know what I'm saying? In these US, and you say clarify the definition of ran through. I think it was in, like you said, a promiscuous type of angle. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
Maybe all the niggas that she fucking with ain't shit. And based off of her role, or not role, but roles that she's played, like Yvette and the chick off of Acrimony when she played that. Like I went back and watched these movies, man. I was like, damn, she seemed like she could be really like that in real life, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like deep. You know what I'm saying? Like, she got the mouth. Nigga, you ain't shit. Whoa. And also the plotting side. You know what I'm saying? But that's just my opinion. I think she fit the role perfect, if you want to, if I shall elaborate. Yeah, man. Moving along,
She
man.
can get in the character well, so I mean, hey.
It seemed like it's a little bit too easier for her, P. That's all I'm saying, bro. It's just seemed like it's just natural. They draft her for them roles. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because they know what she capable
sounds like a woman.
I mean, hey.
What you say, man?
That too.
Sounds like a woman scorned. She's
That's
mad at me, and something has transpired in her last or previous relationship. So she's just like, I'm sick of these dudes. All these American men ain't shit. They keep cheating on me. And I'm Taraji P. Henson. I'm not enough. And that's what I think happened, but that's speculation.
Yeah, just because you got millions.
I mean, but a lot of people have to ask themselves, not just, don't mean it, you know? No, I'm saying a lot of people have to ask themselves, not just women, men and women in the industry. You know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, you're a human too. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you got a little more celebrity status, but you're not exempt to the bullshit. You know, so the difference is you got a female in the hood that's gonna deal with a nigga that's giving her bullshit. She's in another tier. You still got cats up there with the same bullshit. They just got a little more money, a little more clout. So it's like you can't avoid the drama. You can't say everybody's full of shit. What you gonna do? Run to another country and think it's all high and mighty? Then when he step out on you, then what? You gonna say all motherfucking Europe ain't shit?
All men ain't shit.
Hey.
What the fuck was that?
I was just gonna say that. Then she gonna start dating.
Say all of them.
All men ain't shit.
Then she gonna go that route. You know what I'm saying? She gonna be like, I'm done with niggas.
You see that now. You see that in LA a lot.
Yeah. Will Smith, man.
See that?
Oh man.
Hold on. We got breaking news again, man. Hold on. I gotta find the goddamn. Hold on. Will Smith, Dwayne Martin, Tisha Campbell husband, allegedly has some kind of infidel. I'm trying to say it politically correct, y'all, without getting in trouble. Has some kind of relationship with one another. Now, out of all the shit that came out this year regarding Will Smith, I respect the brother. I think he's a very good actor. I think he's, for the most part, stand-up guy, but kind of hit me. What y'all think about that, man? Y'all think Will Smith was getting backdoored, literally?
Hey, is that radical? Is that Radical Mike in the comments?
Hold on. That is Radical Mike. Yes, that is Radical Mike. He said they got gay kids. Yeah, they do. The homie Travis say he believe it.
Well,
damn.
That's wild. That that is wild. That is wild.
Y'all believe they having sword fights? Not what y'all tell them.
What the fuck was that?
Is that what y'all tell them? I mean, I've seen some things.
According to.
Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
Yeah,
that's a bit much. Ain't
shit.
It?
Hey, according to what his buddy said. Yeah, that's alleged. What'd you say? Allegedly, according to his buddy, he put emphasis on it. That motherfucker said, killing him.
He was killing him. Say he was killing him.
That shit's crazy.
What kind of killing them are we talking about, man? Hold on.
Hey.
Hold on. I mean, are we talking like Ice Cube, no Vaseline killing them? Are we talking about like, you know what I'm saying? What the fuck was that? Where we going here, man? Where are we swerving here, man? You say they was swerving?
Hey, listen to the interview. They gotta listen to the interview. You gotta listen to the interview, man. Shit, old boys laid it all out and say what he saw. You know what I'm saying? So, it just, I mean, am I surprised? You know what? Am I surprised about who it is in this day and age? I can't even say I'm surprised, man. Like hey, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm surprised and I'm not surprised. It's like, wow, this guy. Then it's like, all right, whatever.
I mean, my question is like, when did this allegedly happen? Like, was this while him and if I just got a lot of questions. You know what I'm saying? I mean, allegedly, you know what I'm saying? Like, was this why or when him and Jada was like, separated or whatever? Was this when she was fucking with, August? Was this, like what part of the game was this? Was it the first quarter? Was it the third quarter? You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, this
because it did, because then at that point
it
makes me
rumor for
wonder,
a while, like I mean, for people, this.
It also makes me think, like, nigga, how far back does these allegations go? Like you say, this been for a while. Was he fucking with Jazzy?
Oh man, there you go now.
What was that?
I'm just saying.
Nah, I don't. Nah.
Just saying. How far back we going?
Well, you remember his first role. Do you remember his first role in acting?
What was his first role? Refresh my memory.
Yeah.
I can't remember the name of the movie, but I know Will Smith, his character in the movie, he was like, he played homosexual. That was like his first role or something like that.
Wow.
You can Google. I can't remember the name of the movie. It's back in the 90s. He played a role like he had a boyfriend or whatever like that and shit like that.
Wow. That's wild, bro.
Yeah, man.
That's wild. Radical Mike say he been that way all the time.
What the fuck was that?
So he been that way the whole 4 quarters. That's crazy. No,
I wouldn't be surprised, but the thing is, that makes it questionable is his supposed friend of 40 years is the one who decided to expose him now. What motivates him to do that now?
Yeah.
That what makes it questionable.
Money.
He could have been. He could have. If it happened 10, 20 years ago, why he didn't say it then?
Exactly.
Why now?
It kind of go back where we started.
You know, Radical Mike got a good point. Radical Mike got a good point.
What do you say? Hold on, let me pull it up. He said,
how did he let his wife get away with all that? She been getting away with it if he was gay.
That's true. That's, you know what? Let me drop a bomb for Uncle Roosevelt. Nigga, that's some real shit right there. Hold on.
It's Hollywood, really. I think it's different. It's different rules in Hollywood.
There's different rules in Hollywood. Elaborate, man. Elaborate for me. Break that down for me. It says different rules in Hollywood.
I mean, I believe it's a lot of open marriages out there. It just might not be publicized like, you know, the situation Will and Jada allegedly had going on. But I think if the right option or situation presents themselves, it's a lot of these actors who might sleep with somebody else to get a role, to, you know, sleep with a producer to make sure they get on this TV show or to get this role in a movie. And it's probably accepted by their partner. This is what they have to do just to get to that next level or to what they want.
Are you saying that they basically have to roll whatever?
People forget about the forcible heterosexual sex that go along.
Elaborate, bro. Elaborate.
Damn, I got a delay over here. No, I'm just saying, like, you hear like situations like this amongst two respectable black actors. But you know, just talking about the straight sex, you got a lot of men who force women in the industry. You got a lot of women in power who for men in the sex for stuff they want. People don't talk about that.
I remember there was a scene on Ray when Ray had to hit I think it was the club manager or something like that. She kept telling him, I'm gonna give you some of that blackberry cobbler, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. That nigga was, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Back in the day, yo, even nowadays, I could see that being, you know, that being feasible. I thought, you know, that could very much happen. Man, that's crazy. It's crazy. You know, hey, and if Will is like that, you know, hey, that's that brother. You know, I think his wife put him through hell. Me personally, like, he fucked up when he started fucking with her after Tupac died, or while she was, you know, she still had Pac on her mind. So that's where she went wrong. That's where he went wrong from the beginning. But hey, people love the way that they love. You know what I'm saying? So that's, you know, hey, it happens.
I agree with that. I don't think she loved Will like that at all initially. I mean, I think she really cares for him, but it's not that type of primal attraction like it was with Tupac. She wanted Tupac. I think she looked at Will Smith as a good situation. I have a dude, he's on the upward.
That's her survival kit.
Right. I'm gonna attach myself to him. He's what, gonna be the new leading man in Hollywood.
Yeah,
my life is made, so I'm gonna go along with this. Let me hitch my wagon right now. And I think Will might have really loved her, but it just wasn't.
I mean, let's be real. Her biggest movie was Set It Off. Like, I mean,
yeah. I mean,
different world is what put her on the map.
She did all right in Menace to Society, but like you say, her biggest role Set It Off. Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that was her biggest role. Like when you know the way she treating Will, you know what I'm saying? The way she treating Will comparison to, like, if you had to do it career wise. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying he ain't fucked her. I don't know about their personal life, but from what they're displaying on TV, that's just what people going by. The shit she talking about, she get on in the details about personal shit. I've not heard him say anything bad about her on air yet. But just saying that, you go career wise, it's like what's her biggest movie compared to his? He got, you know, you can lose count on both hands of his movies. But, you know, her biggest movie is what?
Set it off.
Set it off. I mean, just look at her resume altogether. So you got to set it off. Like maybe Minister Society, and Different World. What, Jason's Leary? Was she in that?
Yeah, she was in that.
All right.
Jason's recently Leary. Girls Trip.
Well,
I mean, come on, like that was some comedy shit. We talking about like some, you know what I mean? Some with a storyline. Then with just 4 women getting fucked up in Vegas. You know what I'm saying? Which happens typically. But like defining roles, 100p, I agree. Set it off. Let me ask y'all this. Cause like, you know, Deke was saying something, you know what I'm saying? He was saying like, you know, she loved Tupac, but she kind of like went with Will maybe because that was the safer route. Right. And you feel like she didn't, you know, mess with Tupac like because, you know, he was like maybe a liability.
Because Pac didn't want her.
Or maybe like he wasn't, you know, the type to settle down because he was out there in the fast lane. Like, do you feel like that's the route?
Pac didn't want her.
I mean, so you saying it was Pac that like kind of shot her down?
Man, come on now. Now that's Pac. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't mean no harm. If you look at pictures right now that's circulating, you seeing Pac got pictures with damn near half of Hollywood men's wife from back in the day. You know what I'm saying? So do you think Pac was chasing Jada? Because at the time, Pac was already that nigga.
Yeah, facts.
You know what I'm saying? Of his career. Pac was already that dude. He didn't need Jada.
Facts. Yeah. I agree with what, you know.
He didn't need the truth, man. Like
Earl was saying
Will
too.
was just a security blanket. That's all Will was.
The safety net, basically. Safer route.
Will was that soft ass. He was that, you know, no disrespect to the man. He was that soft motherfucker in her eyes that she could get over. Like, come on, she been with him since what, late 90s or something like that, early 2Ks or whatever. But like, look how long they've been together. Like, and everybody, I wonder how do people feel now, especially a lot of the women who were saying, "Oh, I want to be like Will and Jada."
Where are they now, huh? They probably, you know what? Half of them probably already divorced years ago before this shit. You know what I mean? Like, society has took a major turn, man. Like, I remember back in the day, you know, aunties, uncles, they could stay together for, you know, moms, pops. And I'm gonna elaborate and get deep with y'all. And I ain't gonna even say no names, but I had an auntie and an uncle. My auntie was like my blood auntie. Uncle's married into the family. This nigga was like disappeared for 3 days, nigga. Go get high off that pookie, nigga. Fucked up. Come back. Nigga, auntie let him in. Fed him a plate. Like nothing happened. I'm sitting on the sideline like, what part of the game is this? You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, and my mom's, which is my auntie's sister, she looking at her like, bitch, you ain't gonna say nothing? Like, you know what I'm saying? But anyhow, like, it went from that to like, nigga, anything goes. Your woman will leave you for another woman nowadays, nigga. You know what I'm saying? For real.
Yeah.
For real.
Yeah.
I mean, I see a comment. What's so crazy is about that though? Like, we spoke about this before. You know, we spoke about this before. A lot of the women back in the day put up with a lot of shit. It's talking about women who was dealing with men in the 60s, 70s, even to the early 80s. You know, 28 to 50 in that range right now. a lot of these men ain't gonna give women the issues that a lot of the older men gave the older women back in the day. You know, we coming home, we taking care of the household, we taking care of our kids nowadays. A lot of people don't give black men that credit nowadays. We are here. Right. We trying to do what we gotta do. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of these women nowadays would not be able to put up with the husband or boyfriend that's out smoking cocaine all fucking night and coming home on Monday morning. He been out since Thursday. They're not gonna put up with that shit. They couldn't handle that shit.
They put up with it back then because they were more dependent on the man. They needed that man's check. They needed that income. But nowadays, a lot of them, they can earn their own money. They can get by without that man because sometimes that man really isn't bringing much to the table. If he's staying out for days at a time and coming in after he's been on a bender or a binge, 9 times out of 10, he's not bringing nothing to the table but some dick. And
he done spent that money.
Well, shit,
right. You smoked up all
been out partying.
Bring your broke ass home.
But see, hey, like we spoke about this before. That's where the change come in at. They don't put up with the shit. I don't mean no harm. You know, for those who need it, they got to get it. But hell, I seen this when I got out of high school back in the day. Hell, some of them chicks went straight to the GR building the week after graduation. Wasn't even thinking about getting a fucking job. You know what I'm saying? So like what you say, they were more dependent on the men back in the day. Yeah, because the man, he did his thing. He brought the money home. That's one thing I say. Men back in the day, they probably was out there doing what they do. They brought the money home, but shit too expensive nowadays for real shit for any man to be thinking negligent. Man, it's if you thinking about having a fucking double life, you crazy, or unless you're rich. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't nobody finna be out there trying to put up with that shit.
Even if you was rich, you don't want them problems. I think it would be worse if you're rich. Because then you have more power to do whatever, you know what I mean? Like you got more opportunity to do whatever the hell you're gonna do. That's just me. You know what I'm saying?
That's what people need to understand nowadays, especially the women.
Yeah.
Niggas ain't on that bullshit no more.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can dictate who is. If you're a real woman, you meet a nigga at the club, you see him at the club turning up all the time, drunk, faded, got a nice car with different hoes, and you want to be in that car, you know what come on with that. You know what I'm saying? Like come on. You instead of the nice good guy at the end of the bar that's single and he see a woman and buy her a drink, she don't want that. She want to sit over there with that nigga that got 10 hoes and they got 30 bottles.
Yeah. I mean, you don't go to the club to find a mate anyway. Shit. So if you're in the club, you really just look for something to bang. Shit. So you're in the wrong place.
What was that?
He say, nigga, you ain't supposed to be going to the club to go get no.
You're not looking for a wife in the club. Shit.
Right.
Well, see, we know that.
Good time.
We know that. You know what I'm saying? Like, we know that. I mean, real men know that. But see, that's the whole rhetoric nowadays. When you got, go and say the music, like, all right, now we come from an era where in our era, everybody was thinking about, okay, it's getting, you know, like you trying to fuck something. You be in junior high school, we trying to get a broad or we trying to get a new broad because of the music we was listening to. We were listening to Luke and them talk about fucking and all that. Nowadays, you know what I'm saying? You got the dudes talking about killing somebody. Then you got Sexy Red talking about shit like that. What do you think these people go do?
Mm-hmm. That's what's being played in the clubs as well. These very songs. It's like a heavy influence. For real. I feel you, P.
What was the dirtiest song we had back in the? You probably Little Kim. How many licks you got? You had Kaya come back with My Neck, My Back. I'm saying, like, you had songs like that. Nowadays, you got chicks like this Suki chick talking about they eating ass.
I mean, hell, it's just a reflection of what the hell they doing out here, unfortunately.
He's saying, so are y'all saying
that's wild though, man?
Honest listeners. I feel like to people that listen to it, to people that want to, like, you know, live that lifestyle, yeah.
And I think it has more influence on the youngsters, the kids. They seek to emulate what they see or hear. they don't know whether it's right or wrong. And unfortunately, they're in households who their parents may not actually be parents. They're like more like friends. And they're just encouraging the behavior. You got your mom and your daughter, they out smoking and drinking, going to look for men together. Now, that's just not going to work.
I would
your
agree
mom
with
can't
you.
bang your boyfriend.
Hey, Earl, I would agree with you. You know, some, I ain't going to say all, but some rap music has been, you know, the worst influence on the black community. Yeah. I put it to you like this. To a family
But you know,
reunion.
I mean,
and you put
it has,
man,
on some, but you can't say that all the way.
You put on some Sexy Red at a family reunion, at your family reunion, and see how many of your family members and cousins and homegirls gonna start twerking immediately. They're gonna come with that, hey, you feel me, and then everything gonna start popping and locking. I guarantee you.
Same thing.
I mean, but you got to look at it like this. Now, I agree with that, but I'm speaking from a musician standpoint. It's like a lot of people put a lot of blame on rap music. Oh, it was because of this and that, because of this and that. First and foremost, before, like they say, before the teachers tell you, learning starts at home. So a lot of these older motherfuckers with kids and shit like that, if y'all ain't teaching them shit from jump start, y'all allowing shit like music and other shit to raise your kids. Y'all allowing the streets to raise your kids, especially a lot of these absent dudes. Like we said before, a lot of the older people try to blame shit on music and all that. No, what about y'all niggas that was out dope smoking? Y'all wasn't showing nobody shit. All you ladies that was out selling ass and dope smoking, y'all wasn't showing y'all kids shit. Now all of a sudden, rap music is to blame. Oh, yeah, the rap music is why all 10 of kids is in jail. No, motherfucker, you are.
Yeah.
Combination of both.
Yeah, there we go. There we go.
I mean, it's a combo. I agree.
When you
I agree with that.
Guidance,
it's a combo of both, but like when you hear him say, like, yeah.
Like when you lack guidance in your home, that music gonna come in and influence the kids because nobody's in the household to tell the kid this is wrong. You don't do this. It may be a song, but you don't follow this. But when your own parent is following the example of the rap song, you think it's supposed to be like that. So you just gonna follow lead.
Yeah.
Somebody has to be a parent somewhere.
I mean, you know, so crazy. I'm reading what Mike is saying over here. He said music. And you're right. They got to be a parent, and that's what I'm saying. Like when they say music and family, like Radical Mike said, music and family has fell apart in the last 50 years. Obviously, y'all don't know Black American history. I mean, we had a show you was on, Mike, and you fed into the negativity yourself back in the day. So you can't really sit here and blame somebody if you was a part of the problem. To lead, show guidance to somebody, they're gonna let something else guide them. So, like you said, that's a choice the parent has to make to be there to show the kid the right path. You know what I mean? And if not, they're gonna let something else raise them. And when you try to,
because many of the parents don't know.
So you like to say it's a combo. Well, and that's the thing. And like we said before, it's a knowledge thing. I put it to you like this: if you 50 years old nowadays and you can't read,
I would have to.
You still don't want to learn how to read. Who you gonna blame? You blame yourself, or you gonna blame somebody else?
I would have to beg the different on that. You know, Uncle Earl. You know what I'm saying? Radical Mike. You say your generation was not a part of the problem. I remember last time we was talking on the show, and you know what? I would like to have you as a guest again. Maybe we could set this up for next Thursday. Have you join as well. But I remember you saying, you know, some things, you know, that you witnessed and done, you know, back in the day. I'm gonna let you speak on it yourself when you come on. But it kind of started back then because, like, then where did it went from that generation to the next generation? What did that generation pass down to the next generation? Drug use, pimping. Because I remember, you know, back then it was, you know, Fillmore Slim, and that's around, you know, that generation, pimping, even gang banging, like in the 70s, late 70s. Some of these things was passed around. Now, I'm not saying all, you know, but again, I would like you to elaborate, yourself. We'll have you on as a guest next week. You know what I'm saying? To kind of pick this up. Go ahead, P. Go ahead. My bad, bro.
It's a lot of shit. It's a lot of no, you good. You good. I got a delay on my end, so it sort of seemed like it's interfering, but it's a lot of shit that we missed out on. You know what I'm talking about, K? Us growing up around in the hoods in the 90s, early 2000s and shit, running the streets, late 80s. We missed out on a lot of shit because of the older generation was bullshitting. You know what I'm saying? Like we couldn't really benefit from like playing ball at schools and shit because we had to hurry up and get home. There was so much shit going on. I'm saying, and I remember older cats at the time when we were young. I mean, some dudes like Earl age now. Back when we were younger, they was in their 40s or late 30s. They was the one trying to influence us to gangbang and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, so when they say, oh, the youth and this and that, like, wait a minute. Everybody loves to not take credit for the shit that they done. This they know they shouldn't have done. You know, you can't move forward till you own up to the bullshit you help feed into.
It don't start from the bottom up. It starts from the top down. Right? You know what I mean? So that means like the older generation, like, hey, it is what it is.
No, but see, this is shit that gets me. You know, he always talk about Black history. You know what I'm saying? Like, and reading the comments, he's like, what am I gonna study about Black history to tell me about a nigga slanging or smoking cocaine back in the day? What do I need to know about Black history for that? Because first and foremost, Blacks wasn't the only one doing that shit. Rock cocaine became big in America, but it was formed in a different country. They called it something else before it was brought over here, and they made money off of it. So they just know some of the older niggas who was gonna feed into that shit, which they did.
Yeah,
cocaine decimated the Black community. That's why I really think the situation is like it is now. That really took parenting out of the whole equation. Kids were being raised by crackheads. And that means you had no one to raise you. And those kids, so they didn't have anybody to teach them right from wrong. So now when that generation had kids, they just kept the cycle going. So instead of teaching them, they just became like, oh, that's my friend. That's not my son. So, and they're still running the street. They're using drugs. And that's what the kid sees in his household because their parents was raised by crackheads.
Listen, Radical Mike, I was born in Los Angeles. I got people that ran with Rick Ross, the real Rick Ross, my brother. So, and so was the gentleman at the top. Again, we got to have you on. You know what I mean? Because if we gonna talk,
fellas, what's happening?
All right.
Okay, Mr. Earl, I'm trying to understand why every time intellectual brothers get on these platforms and speak real to the people, you come with some negative bullshit, bro. And you come up with these half-cocked, bogus-ass excuses of why you're saying what you're saying. No, we're not 1,000 years old like you. But if you ask me, that don't mean shit. I've seen more in my life at 35 than most people your age will ever see. And that's being from California, growing up, dealing with politics in LA, dealing with politics in school, dealing with politics at home, in real life. You always jump on here in the comments and you always say what we don't know and what we haven't seen. What you should do is applaud us for being able to take our knowledge and give it to others so they don't go through the same experiences we go through.
I'm old enough. I saw the pre-crack era. I know what life was like before crack, and I know what life was like after. I saw the change. And you kids used to go out and play. You could run the streets, stay out to 7, 8 o'clock at night. This was until about 86, 87, 88, man. Things like went downhill drastically. I mean, people, parents started smoking crack, and the kids had no supervision. It was at that time it was new too, so it was like it completely washed over the whole community.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
It changed the fucking community. I mean, it changed some people's life for the good or the bad.
How much good came out of it?
If you ask me, honey, P, it wasn't.
No, I'm talking about as far as
you know what I'm saying. No. Go ahead, P. Go ahead. I'm just saying I don't see too much good from what dropping crack in the neighborhoods to fuck us up as a people.
No, I'm saying like as far as like some niggas who was looking to make some finances who didn't have a pot to piss in, it's kind of fucked up that you can get a hold to some cocaine before you get a job. So really, some dudes didn't have no option but to go that way. But
True.
You know what I'm saying? Like when I say good, ain't nothing good about it, in my opinion. But we can't lie. How many people in all hoods around here have known somebody or probably did that shit back in the day that got him on a better note? They not glorifying it, but I mean, it is what it is. But in the outcome, it fucked up a lot of people.
And it's always temporary. How many of those dudes still got that money?
Not boy, but not too many of them, OG. Right. Not too many of them.
It don't come with no retirement.
It's temporary.
Yeah. It don't come with a retirement plan. You can't file taxes.
Slanging.
Ain't no 401k to this.
No, you can't. You can't.
Real talk,
man. Hey, the only thing out of that shit that's still going on from the 80s. Only thing that's going on from the 80s to that shit is motherfuckers smoking it. Because I bet money it ain't one dealer that started dealing in the 80s that's still dealing in 2023 that ain't been knocked somewhere. So the only thing that the outcome of that is the motherfuckers who got hooked on it still do it. Even the motherfucker who said I used to do it back in the day, I bet you every now and then they go get a rock.
Yeah, they do. And we ain't pointing no fingers, you know what I'm saying?
Wait a minute.
What the
fuck? Hey, honey P. We ain't pointing no fingers, you feel me? We ain't pointing no fingers.
Yo. Hey. But hey, it's some radical motherfuckers that may still boot up every now and then.
Hey, say that again for the comments in the back. You feel me?
What the fuck was that? Oh, you motherfuckers.
It's some radical motherfuckers that still might boot up every now and then.
Roosevelt, you a fool for that.
Hey, I'm tripping off P. Say every now and then they got a reboot, huh? They got a reboot every now and then, P.
Well, you know these radical motherfuckers. You know they talk that radical shit, but they indulge in the radical shit that they talking radically about.
Shit, them dudes own the prison.
That you can use it every now and then.
House then. Wait, what? Crack is
I was reading the comment.
Every now and then.
Crack is not something that you can use every now and then. I agree with that.
Hey, so what you saying, Mr. Earl said you need 2 spikes a day.
Oh God. Here we go. I tried not to go there. I tried not to take it there. Oh God.
Yo.
Like, what kind of shit is that? Like what kind of shit is that? You gonna say that's not some shit you use every now and then? You've been speaking all that political shit. Then you gonna say crack is not something that you should use every now and then.
You use every
that should be some shit you don't use at all.
That's true. That's very true.
You say every now and then, man. Hey, Mr. Earl, you know shit.
Congratulations.
Shit.
Mr. Earl is mad now.
You say to be on this chicken shit podcast.
I love when people get mad, man.
Hold on. Okay, I like how you come on this. I like how you come on this so-called chicken shit podcast with your bogus ass negativity. What is one thing you didn't say? Hold on, Roosevelt, please. What is one thing you didn't said in these comments that can help or advise somebody to do something better with their life? All I see is you on some negative shit and trying to tear us down for what we're trying to do positively.
All right. I would
and
like
trying
to
get
say,
and trying to get a little 15 minutes of fame. Let's talk about it if you really want to talk. Earl.
I would like to say this: is if it's a chicken shit podcast, yo, you can gladly exit yourself out of here. You don't have to watch it respectfully. You know what I mean? I'm not here to sway your opinion left or right. You know what I mean? I just do what I do.
Nobody has called you a crackhead, Earl. Nobody.
Are we feeling guilty down there in the comments? I like how you want to shine the spotlight on yourself.
Has any one of us called him a crackhead?
Not one time.
Let me say, sound like a functional smoke.
He do.
Said we can
really
unfriend
do.
him.
Look like something hit home here.
Hey man.
Anyhow.
You know what? Anyhow. You know what, Mr. Earl, man? You know, since this might be the last time we encounter with you, I want you to have a little fun, my brother.
Ooh. Ooh.
Anyhow.
I came with you, honey.
I got something to put up. Joe Biden and the president from China has recently met up here in San Francisco. Let's talk about this encounter, man. I'm gonna go ahead and play this. Y'all tell me what y'all think, man.
Party. And we do have live team coverage for you tonight. KTVU's Brooks Jerose has been covering some of those demonstrations in San Francisco. But we begin with KTVU political reporter Greg Lee, who is live tonight in Woodside, where the two leaders met today and where the president is about to speak. Greg?
Yeah, Mike, Julie, good evening. The reason that news conference is being delayed is because of some of this stormy weather we're seeing in Woodside. They're moving that news conference from the outside to the inside. We're standing across the freeway from the Filoli estate, where the two presidents met for about 4 hours this afternoon. They did come to two agreements. One of them that they would curb fentanyl production and reopen military communications. Chinese President Xi Jinping.
Now, I just want to speak on that. Let me go ahead and remove this. They said that there was two things that these leaders agreed on. One was keep open military communication. The other was clearly what the reporter said, curb fentanyl production. Now, we all know it's a crisis here in these United States. I appreciate you, JB. You know, we got to keep it professional, man. Appreciate that, bro. In these United States, there's a fentanyl crisis. There's an opioid crisis in general. You know what I mean? I want to get y'all opinion, man, and what y'all think about when they say they agreed on curbing fentanyl production. That means in both countries, China and I guess the U.S. What do y'all feel about that?
Look, does fentanyl have a legitimate purpose?
So I did a little research on it. It was used like back in the day, kind of like, how should I say, like, you know, for soldiers that like may have been wounded in the war or for surgeries, things like that. It was used as like an anesthetic, a form of an anesthetic. But the more that, you know, the streets got a hold of it, it became more deadlier, basically. You know what I mean? What you think about this, man? What y'all think about this?
It's definitely an issue that needs to be attacked. Because it sounds like they intentionally, or they are aware, China is aware of what their fentanyl production is doing to the U.S., and they're making a conscious decision to continue to send it over here, or they were making a conscious decision to send it over here, knowing what havoc it's causing in the communities here. So, I mean, to me, it's kind of sound like a bunch of BS for them to say, now we're going to curb the production. Like, why were you producing so much of it anyway if it has such limited use?
Exactly.
Except for get that money. So now you don't want it. So we'll see about that.
Exactly. What you think about this, Big LA 100P? Elaborate, man.
If you ask me, I feel like fentanyl is your modern day crack, and I feel like it's their silent way of introducing or continuing genocide within our communities. Because they did the same thing with crack back in the 80s. They dropped it on the streets. It ran like wild. A bunch of people started dying from it until somebody said, hey, let's take some of this out of it, add a little bit of this, and it's not as strong as it used to be. That's all they're doing with fentanyl. Because in the beginning, it was a medication that they gave you in the hospital that would help you. But now they're using it as modern day crack, and it's killing people. It's really tearing up our communities. You're seeing the addicts of it younger and younger. I've seen addicts all the way down to the age of 17, 18 talking about I need a fentanyl pill. Not where I can go get some help. I need a fentanyl pill in my system. Just like Honey P shaking his head, yeah, oh yeah. And they do this, and now they realize we put something that's too strong out there. It's way too strong. This ain't doing nothing but tearing the communities down even faster. And now people are starting to ask questions of where it came from. Now they want to say, and I was bringing this up to Roosevelt when we talked about it, crack, heroin, meth, acid, all of that comes from south of the border, right? And they try to say fentanyl was made in America. It might have been made here, but they go down south to have it made for here. You get what I'm saying? So if they really wanted these drugs out of our communities, and they really didn't want these drugs to come over the border, they wouldn't come over the border. Yeah, Big LA. Follow my pages, look me up. I'm the one talking about it. Don't hold none of these other brothers accountable. My third eye been open, my conscious mind been open. I see what it's doing. And I see what y'all doing that y'all think we don't know y'all doing. Y'all talking about help these kids and make the world a better place, but you tearing them down and turning them into addicts at a younger age than what crack did. And then y'all want us to think it just fell out the sky into somebody's lap and it just got scattered around the world. No. COVID was the same way.
Hey, hold up.
And I land my plane.
Hold up. We got to curve around that one. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, let me go ahead and drop this disclaimer.
Warning,
right
the video
quick.
that you're about to see may not be suitable for all viewers. Viewers' discretion is advised.
Now that we got that up out the way, got the little disclaimer. Come on, relative. You got to hit me before you going to throw one out there. I got to hit him with it before we do that, mate. Come on, mate.
My apologies, y'all. My apologies, y'all. I don't mean to ruffle. I don't mean to ruffle no feathers. They on my head too. That's why I don't mean to ruffle no feathers. But I'm gonna say exactly what's on my heart though, because at the same time, it's kids out here. My kids is out here. Every person on this panel got kids, and what y'all want to tell us is, oh, yeah, it's out here. It's out here. But it just happened to fall out the sky. Nah, it didn't do that. That's y'all legal way of genocide. That's your legitimate legal way of genocide. I land my plane.
100P, man. Speak on it, bro.
I mean, I get what Big LA saying. Like, real shit. Like it's so crazy because we as in all communities, we get so used to hearing lies, we get comfortable with lies. So when somebody tell the truth, people feel like it's ruffling feathers. No, the truth is the truth. You know, Big LA ain't said shit that ain't been said already. You know what I'm saying? So I say that as a person, you know what I'm saying? As a black man, a white man, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Just because it's there don't mean you got to buy it and use it.
True.
You know what I'm saying? Like when you feel a certain way, you go to the store and get that Henson. It ain't like the store call you and say, it ain't like, little Habib down the street call you and say, yo, I got this shit on sale. No, you walk your ass into the store and buy that drug. That's why I say, man, like, I mean, a lot of people may like it or may not like it. A lot of people say, oh, the dealer is this and that. The dealer is that and that. Man, I don't see no dealer going up, putting no promotions up in front of people's house saying, I got to come buy it. No, y'all find that dealer.
Yeah, it's an addiction, though.
So, like you say, yeah, it's an addiction. It's an addiction. But like you say, nowadays, this is where parents got to really step in more. You know what I'm saying? This is where your parental guidance got to step in more, because you see they attack youth more. If it's not with different sexes in school, where it's okay now, is with drugs. You know what I'm saying? So they're attacking you now more. So this is where the parents got to stand up and be more visual and be more in the kid's life. So that's why I go back to saying, like, when Mr. Radical Mike says certain shit, it's like, okay, the way we're in our kids' life today, a lot of our parents was in our life, but they wasn't on our ass like we're on our kids today.
Yeah, that's real.
Okay. I got a question, Honey P. I agree with what you said, but I have a question about one thing you said. You said it started at home. How many kids came out of the 80s as crack babies? You dig what I'm saying? Like, no, nobody's knocking on their door and saying, buy this. But how many liquor stores you got in the hood? Nobody's saying, come drink this, come do that. No, they're not. But they put the advertisements out, they put the commercials out. And if you look on certain social media platforms, motherfuckers is out here advertising.
I mean, ain't that what the news is there for, though? You don't even have to go outside.
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying, Big LA, 100%. Like I said, we all grew up around in the same areas, but it's like the guidance we had, even from the old ladies that went to church, our aunties, grandmas, moms that went to church. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the shit that they learned was false rhetoric. So a lot of the shit that they taught us is false rhetoric. We grew up learning false shit. I bet you now, in our age right now, the shit that we learned wasn't shit that we knew back in school. Mm-hmm. So I say that to say this: a lot of the way we was living life was a lie. So now we know the truth. It's like we wouldn't have made it back then. You know what I'm saying? If we knew the truth back then, we probably wouldn't have made it, because so many people was caught up in lies.
Like what JB said, hurt people hurt people. It's kind of like a generational thing. I think that's what that kind of means. You know what I mean? People hurt. Yeah.
And you know what?
This goes into this.
It's kind of fucked up. Not to cut you off, but it's cool that he said that. No, I'm just saying it's cool that he said that hurt people, because in a sense that's what we know. That's something else we was taught in the hood. Somebody fuck you over, you go fuck them over. You know that old saying in movies, them gangster movies you watch. Oh, somebody killed my partner, you go kill two of their partners. That's the shit we was taught. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So when a lot of people speak on certain shit, it's like, wait a minute, this is what we know. That's why it's harder for us teaching our kids, because we got to teach them the right way, the way we wasn't taught. That's still in our heads, but we got to tell them how it's supposed to go.
Right. No, that's real. This is going into this, you got to face your childhood traumas. We gonna speak on this, and then we're gonna get up out of here, man. This kind of goes into hurt people. If this image that's on this, on the screen right now says a lot. Like you got a grown man looking at himself in the mirror when he was a youth. And it looks like that child, is going through a lot of shit, going through some things. But that child ended up growing into, a man. Healing your childhood traumas. Everybody's not perfect. Everybody, somebody had issues along the way. Everybody got different issues, and may have been, maybe your mama was getting beat in the house by her boyfriend, or maybe one of your parents was, addicted to drugs or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Everybody been through that. my thing is, and I'm allow you to to jump in on this Deke Taurus, my bad. I'm gonna allow you to jump in on this. And let me know what you think about this, my brother.
Well, dealing with childhood trauma. I mean, I believe we all had childhood trauma. Like you say, each of us probably has experienced something that affected the way that we relate as adults, or currently affects the way that we relate as adults. But I mean, that's a very difficult question, because I know those traumas have to be addressed, but society at this point, sometimes they use that as a crutch not to change or not to do better, because they want to blame what happened to me as a childhood is why I can't achieve this now. But if you are smart enough to realize that, then you should be smart enough to realize that I have to do something to overcome that trauma, and not just rely as a crutch or dependent on, or as an excuse on why I can't do something. But it's definitely a real issue, though.
Really, Big LA.
I
What you
feel
think
like
about
I feel like there's a lot of people who can deal with their childhood traumas and still succeed. And I feel like it's a lot of people who can't. I feel like it's a lot of people who look down upon certain people who aren't able to just bounce back and go through like them. Everybody's situation is different. Everybody's household is different. Don't get me wrong. You get a bunch of LA dudes in the room. A lot of their stories are similar. Yep, they are. Because a lot of us was in these neighborhoods, and a lot of us seen it, and know what abuse in the home look like. Know what it's like to go to sleep while your parents fighting and wake up to them fighting, or you and your siblings don't get along, or you don't have a mother or a father there at the time. Everybody handles it in a different way. I'll say it that way.
it?
Agreed.
Yeah. Don, is that you, Don? You got the TV up in your back, man. Welcome to the show, my brother. You caught us.
What's up, my brother?
You caught us right at the late end of it, man. But I do want to get your opinion on this, man. You got to face childhood traumas. Everybody has went through them. Some may be different than others, and if you say that you haven't went through them, then use a fucking lie. Excuse my French. But everybody went through somewhere along a line in their childhood. What do you think about this, my brother?
What do you mean as far as how to react to it, or how it came about,
How do you
or as
spend
a people, or as a people?
how do you spend out of it, basically?
I figure, you know what? Everybody is going to be different for every individual. Generally, people need help. Some people, and then other people don't need help. Me example, from the old school, you got lickings from your parents. Mine might have been extension cords, switches, things of that nature. And what I found out, because I come from a big family, that some people just, it doesn't bother them, while other ones, it traumatizes them. So it's really the individual.
Mm.
Like me, it didn't do nothing to me. Made me a stronger person. But
Respect.
others, other ones, they became got a hatred towards our parents, and wandered off, got disrespectful, and got into things that they probably shouldn't have gotten into. So, in other ones, it doesn't affect them. The ones that it doesn't affect, I think it makes it stronger, and the ones that it do affect messes up their heads. They're functional. They're functional people, but simultaneously as being functional, they're non-functional. I think because they end up doing things that you wouldn't imagine. I grew up with my family, and we were real tight. When my parents died, I've seen some hideous stuff, in which everybody, you have death in your family. You see hideous things by family members, but things that you probably couldn't even imagine. And it was somebody that probably had a whipping and couldn't understand it at a young age, and it's flipped on their own family. So it's up to the individuals, and it affects everybody different, like everything else in life.
Facts, man. 100p, man. Childhood trauma, man. Like, how can that be fixed?
I mean, you know what? Yeah, it could be fixed if people start talking the truth. I mean, the truth is right in your face. You know what I mean? As far as example, like I said it before a few minutes ago, the grandpas and big mamas running in the church, giving their money all day, going into a church that got nothing but faces of white Jesus everywhere, and y'all know the truth. These are the same people saying Jesus, but they go into a church where it's nothing but white Jesus photos everywhere. These are the people that's teaching you some shit.
About it.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so what I mean by that is people got to start to embrace the truth. Like real shit. People gotta like embrace the truth, start spreading the truth. That's why when I see Mr. Earl commenting so much, I talk so much shit, because dudes in his position should be trying to uplift and our age that can relate to us rather than go back and forth with us, because we ain't gonna get nowhere doing that. You know what I'm saying? Like guys like that or women like that that aged and had their time. It's our time to try to spread some more the knowledge and try to help somebody else. You know what I'm saying? Like, so can it be fixed? It can be fixed if they let the people drive the car that's supposed to be driving it now. Back then, you drove a 72 Buick. A 72 Buick ain't gonna pass smog in 2023, if you get what I'm saying.
I like the way you put that. Yeah.
Hell no.
But I don't think it has. I don't think it has to pass a smog desert country. I mean, simply because it's a classic.
That's something that we have to look into. But I sure like the lingo he put that.
but you can't. Hey, you can't find no parts for classics. Some classics nowadays also.
Right.
They got a country for that. It's called Cuba.
Wait, see, last week
they'll make you a piece for that motherfucker.
Now if you know about Cuba, they'll make you a piece. You can't find a piece of something. But like I say, that's what it boils down to. It's knowledge and communication. As simple as that. That a lot of people got too much hate in their heart. A lot of people want to show animosity towards this person, a white, Hispanic, or whatever, blah, blah. Man, some of us got friends from the other race right now that'll look out for you more than a nigga will. So niggas need to stop playing that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like real talk. Like, you know what I'm saying? Communicate. Everybody, get together and let's prevail. You know what I'm saying? Especially with families. Some families beef more than strangers on the street. How many sisters that fight with each other like they two broads off the street that don't know each other and to beat the shit out of each other?
That's real. Brothers too. You know what I'm saying? Cousins too. You know what I mean? It man, it goes down.
Brothers too.
Yeah.
That's real talk. Right. That's real talk. One thing.
Before we get up out of here, hey, Don, man, what time is it your time? Because next week we got to get you on here a little bit earlier, man.
Oh yeah, you know what? I apologize. You know what? I went off and I was shopping and my mind got lost.
You got lost in the sauce.
Yeah, that and birthday. birthday things with family.
It wasn't on none of that radical shit, was it?
Hey, you shopping for Thanksgiving?
Actually, I was shopping for myself and my daughter.
Self. Okay, I hear you.
What you say? Coming up on Friday, he had to go finish them blue pills and get some more. Get ready for the
weekend. Hey, you know, me and Ephraim got some history together, so I know about what he's done to a lot of women back in the past days, in his old days, and I have to admit, and I commend him for being a clean, married man dedicated to his wife and all of that. But saying that, before that, he would always cut 2 holes in each pocket and put his hands in the pocket and say, "Mr. Winky needs company."
Get his ass. Get his ass. Get his ass.
Yo. Dude, is crazy.
This motherfucker sick, man. This motherfucker is sick.
That's exactly why we need your ass.
Hey, this is the same guy that accused. Hey, this is the same guy that accused our co-worker of shoving a Polish sausage up his ass in the bathroom.
Oh, whoa!
Damn.
That was too rich for my blood.
Wow.
Hey,
that right there was too rich for my blood.
That's crazy. Wow.
Hey,
Don Johnson.
You make this
ladies and
gentlemen. That's crazy.
He's crazy. Up off of that first shit he said, I'm gonna have to go back and watch this again and get a clear understanding of what he said, because it just slipped over me. I knew it was some crazy shit, but you know what I mean?
Yeah, he messed me up.
Hey, Rose.
He messed me up with that one, man. Yeah,
man.
You
got a good comment right here, man. You see that?
Which one? Pull it up. You can pull it up if you want. You got a chance, I think, to pull it up. See if you can pull it up. Should have let you click on it. Which one?
I think honey feet talking about that.
I further feel that our own black leaders of today. Yeah, that it's a long one, but see, I feel like our own black leaders of today have also failed our kids as well. You know what? I agree with that, because I mean, yeah, I mean, who's our black leaders right now? Because everybody always talk about Al Sharpton. Who is our black leaders right now? Like, honestly, I mean, we've always had the Honorable Farrakhan. We had Al Sharpton. Those are 2 commendable brothers that we respect. But it's like, honestly, in this era, who's our leaders?
True.
I mean, most of them they killed off, man. You know, honestly, the ones that I can think of,
the ones they ain't killed, the ones they ain't killed off. The one.
You can't say, you know, Jesse Jackson stands in that figure. You can't say, you know, Al Sharpton stands in that figure. They used to at some point, but
yeah, with Sharpton's still doing this little thing, even though he don't flip to MSNBC, but he's still, you know, out there rolling his punches, and he's trying to do it. So, but as a whole, you know what? Well, the ones we respected and loved, they done sold out. You know, money talks. And a lot of brothers sell out. Everybody know that. Look at a lot of these rappers, they selling out.
You're right. I mean, that's another thing. That's music, and you know, like social media. A lot of people believe too much of shit they hear and too much shit they see on social media, but it's all made for fun and games. Old boy tell you that all the time. You already know what's the dude, the Charleston dude. He tell you all the time. just on here talking shit.
Yeah.
And people eat it up.
Yeah.
Every time.
I mean,
You know what I'm saying?
some of
Like,
the things that he say,
so every time, so it's real. So to go.
Go ahead. My bad. I think we on a delay.
Slightly, yeah.
No. Shit. Like I said, this delay here, man. Like I say, this delay is on. Like to just comment off what Mr. Mike said, Radical Mike said, Al Sharpton is a sellout, Farrakhan is a sellout. You can't take away from what they did for their community back in the day. I mean, because at the end of the day, I'm gonna be real with you. A lot of niggas nowadays ain't got no backbone. They gonna sell out too when some shit happen. Let's be real, because a lot of these niggas talk about they hardcore. Niggas is snitching today. And while I'm on that subject, that's why I tell my sons all the time. You know what I'm saying? You got to watch your surroundings, because niggas now is bitch made. They won't kill you over snitching. How many hoods, Bloods, Crips, hoods, you got somebody in there who done snitch that they know about, still coming around, ain't doing shit to, but they will try to kill you over a bitch.
Facts.
Yeah.
Off.
Yeah.
Off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The rules of the game change.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You say Al Sharpton worked for the feds back in the day. It was a snitch back in the day. Al Sharpton. What'd he say? I'll do some research on that. Never knew that.
Neither did I.
Yeah, definitely got
I'm
to
gonna
do
need
some
you to
research.
come with some radical facts, brother. Do your homework before you come on the show. Speaking on something.
We're gonna go around the panel, man. Before we get up out of here, man. Start off with 100p, man. We'll see the people next Thursday, man. Give them some news they can use, my brother, for the week, man.
I mean, well, hey, first and foremost, I don't agree with Radical Mike too much, but Al Sharpton came out and said it himself. That's true. But like I say, honestly, man, just be visual, man. Like I say, you got to be visual, man, and communicate better. Like, real talk, man. This shit is like it's getting out of hand with the rhetoric of the streets nowadays. It's like it ain't no code at all. Nobody respecting the street code, the code of life, or nothing. You know what I'm saying? So, like we said last week, if you ain't ready, you better get ready. But like Sugar Free said, if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Deke, man. I know you got a word for the people, man. Go ahead and get the people some news they can use, Mr. Torres.
Oh, man, just keep your head up and
Don't
keep
read
your
no
eyes
scripture.
open.
What do you say, Mike?
Keep your head up and your eyes open.
Keep your head up and your eyes open. Real 100. Mr. Don Johnson, man. Get the people some news they can use for this week, man, till we catch up next Thursday, man.
Everybody just don't be slipping on these wars that's going on. Don't think they don't have anything to do with us. In actuality, they have a lot to do with us, everything to do with us. For one thing, even though it seems like they're fighting each other, it has everything to do with us. And that land that they fighting over there, that's your land, brothers. That's where your ancestors derived from. So be assured one thing. When it's all said and done, you're the last people they want over there, because they know what happens when you go over there. Life for everybody on this planet changes. Remember that. Everybody. Every nationality. And we'll get there. Have no illusion. We will.
Preach. Hey, Big LA. Before we get up out of here, man, drop that ism for him, man. Give me some news you can use, man.
Protect yourself, protect the ones around you. We talked about serious topics that are really going on in life tonight, that are really going on every day. So the ones that's close to you, the ones that you may have bumped heads with, go ahead and make that phone call and put that back together. Because everybody around thinks the haves and the have-nots is all they got to do with money. No, they got to do with family too. And if you out there by yourself, when it turn up and when it get there, what's gonna be of you? You're gonna be one of the have-nots. And this for anybody who going through any mental, any trauma or anything. Find you that one person you could talk to about your situation. Or not exactly your situations, but a person you could vent to let ease your mind. Because at the end of the day, RIP to him. Like my man used to always say, protect your energy. Hashtag PYE. And like I always tell y'all, drive your own speed limit, stay in your lane, it won't be no traffic. Y'all have a good night.
That's real. Let me drop a bomb for the brothers, man, for dropping that game this week, man. That's what's up. I do want to appreciate everybody that, hit the like button, everybody that jumped in these comments, good or bad, next week, man, we gonna try this shit again, 100p. If we get the ladies out for the battle of the sexes, but we gonna try that again. You know what I'm saying? If it may be some ladies that may watch this, we trying to put together an episode with the battle of the sexes. No disrespect to nobody. We just want to get an understanding of some things. So, if you would like to be a special guest on the show,
combo, that's it.
A good combo, exactly. If you're trying to be a special guest on the show, reach out to myself, Big LA or 100p. We'll set that up for you. As I normally tell y'all, man, be grateful, be thankful. Don't get nothing on you. Peace, love, and hair grease, man. Before we get up out of here, I'm gonna run this commercial and then I'm gonna run that exit, man. Check this
Introducing The Roosevelt Show, where we're all about pushing boundaries and thinking beyond the norm. Born in 2021 amidst the pandemic, our podcast mirrors the transformative times we live in. We're on a mission to revolutionize podcasting, just as the pandemic reshaped our world. Tune in as we dive deep into conversations with entrepreneurs championing small businesses and unleash the creativity of artists hailing from California to Chicago, Arizona, and even Florida. Our platform isn't just about spreading awareness and love, it's also a hub of education. Join us on Spotify, YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch, where innovation knows no bounds. The Roosevelt Show, redefining perspectives, one episode at a time.
One episode at a time. Hey, look, I appreciate everybody for watching, man. Peace, love, and hair grease to everybody. Shout out to Network. Shout out to Yogi Loco. Shout out to JB, man, for tuning in. You gentlemen have a wonderful week, man, and we'll catch y'all next week, man. We up out of here, man.